For the past several days, the talk of the streets and taverns has all been about the so-called death curse, a wasting disease afflicting everyone who's ever been raised from the dead. Victims grow thinner and weaker seemingly each day, slowly but steadily sliding toward the death they once denied. When they finally succumb, they cannot be raised again. Regardless of whether they've ever received that miracle in the past, it seems. Temples and scholars of divine magic are at a loss to explain a curse that has affected an entire region, and they fear may spread to the world. Do any of you do you want to start by already knowing each other, like being an adventuring company, or do you want to all be new people meeting each other, or some of you know each other, some of you don't?
I don't want to know anybody. Unless somebody, I don't know.
All right. Well, let's see. I have a soldier background, but to say it's more or less a mercenary company, I guess. Unless there was a standing military force within this world that
Hunter.
has since dissipated.
I have the guild artisan background of smith and iron forge.
And I'm a professor.
Is Professor like an alternate version of Sage or something?
No, it's like how Soldier has the different ranks.
Is it so? It's a subcategory of another background.
It's subcategory of Sage.
Okay,
So yes,
Soldier, Sage.
Hmm.
What was yours, Brian? Brian, what was your background?
Bounty Hunter.
Bounty Hunter. So, in regards, at the very least, to both Sam, Professor Uzal, and Gurek, you two have specific reason for being here. For Professor Uzal, a wizard named Cindra Sylvain has fallen prey to this new curse. She's mounting an expedition into the jungles of Chult because she believes that the curse might be based out of that land. And she believes that you have a certain expertise that will be found invaluable. As for Gurek, your superiors in the military have recommended you for an important expedition. The success of the mission is vital, and they have promised to make you a captain if you ensure the success.
I won't let them down.
But do any of you know each other before? Does anyone know anyone beforehand? You don't have to, but you also can.
No.
I ain't friends with any of these tiny milk niggers.
Very well.
Guy seems more hostile than the last time.
So click in the nether regions, so we'll bring them down a peg.
Well, last time we started as like part of we had already comrades in arms in a vanguard unit.
Yes.
So this time around, you're all complete strangers that have been either sent here or by various groups that you are affiliated with, or heard about this job, quote unquote, by other means. Nonetheless, you've all been invited to the home of Cindra Sylvain, a retired adventurer and a merchant. A uniformed attendant leads you up a grand staircase to the third floor of her very finely wrought manor, and ushers you into a wood-paneled room with a fireplace, comfortable chairs, and a heavy table bearing a number of goblets and bottles of wine. The darkly paneled walls are hung with maps and sea charts. Racks, shelves, and cabinets hold hundreds of rolled-up maps and charts. A person in an overstuffed chair, seated near the fire. You are unable currently to discern really anything about them, as they are currently submerged in a heavy blanket that sits over the chair, and an embroidered hood and silver mask, completely concealing their face. Their dry, raspy voice provides no clue as to who they might actually be or even a gender. Nonetheless, they call out as you enter the room. Help yourselves to wine and seat yourselves, friends. I hope I may call you that.
Don't mind if I do. I will help myself to a plenty helping of wine.
Looks good enough.
Is wine your favored foe?
It's not me. That's Brian.
He critically hits that wine.
Ah!
As part of his 9-step program.
Yep.
So you
Splash.
all sit, or
I'll sit, but I'm not taking the wine.
Yes. I'm taking a glass of the wine.
What's that have the wine
Or
too?
like, I'll take some, but I'm not gonna drink it. Just pretend to drink it.
well, once you've all made yourselves comfortable, either deciding to drink or not, Silva begins to speak again. Cindra. I was an adventurer years ago. I died once and was raised from the dead. I have since closed the door on that stage of my life. The death curse you've heard about has struck me. I don't know how much longer I'll last before I perish. Clerics seem to have no help. I have certain contacts, however, that have learned that, based on research and clues, that potentially the cause of this curse seems to be an artifact. Their sources say it is located somewhere in the jungles of Jolt. All of your characters have potentially heard about Chult. It is a peninsula on the further south of the Sword Coast where most of you live, and it is ringed with mountains and absolutely choked with rainforests. It is filled with enormous reptiles, savage goblins, and an army of undead seem to have at some point gotten lost in the jungles there. Mapping the place has always been pretty much impossible, so almost nothing is actually known about the geography. Working from dozens of sea charts, logbooks, and journals, I've assembled everything I know about the current state of Trult into one map. I'll provide it to you if you undertake my mission.
What's his mission exactly? Has he told us yet?
To try and find out what is causing the curse.
Oh, that was it. Okay. I didn't. I thought I missed something else. Okay.
Well, I'm here under orders, so I accept.
Could be interesting. Might learn something new. Yes, I shall accept as well.
I always do like some more knowledge to add to my stuff.
I'll just nod in agreement.
Then I'm assuming all of you will go. When you are ready to depart, I will teleport us to Port Nyanzaru, the only major settlement in Chult.
That's convenient.
I have been there several times before, so there's little chance of mishap. Once there, I will stay with a friend named Lakanka. He's one of 7 merchant princes.
Well, I'm ready to go when you are.
Agreed.
I'm too busy drinking wine to really give a response. Just give him a thumbs up.
Very well. I shall begin the spell. And with that, Cindra begins in their horrible raspy voice to chant and all of you begin to glow slightly. Alright. Oh, that was the right one.
A
We
real
went from
lucky
D&D
adventure.
to Disney really fast there. No?
Welcome to Jolt Player's Handout. Or look, beautiful image.
This is a jungle. This is a heavy rainforest. Yes.
You appear in a tropical city under the blazing sun. The familiar sounds of a harbor, creaking ropes, slapping waves, heavy barrels rolling across cobblestones, mingle with voices shouting and cursing in an unfamiliar language. It's very sing-songy and filled with inhalations and clicks. It sounds almost musical. The aroma of unfamiliar spices and tropical fruit mixes with the wharfside smell of fish, tar, and canvas. Beyond all that, Port Nyanzaru is an explosion of color. Buildings are painted in bright shades of blue, green, orange, and salmon pink. Or their walls are adorned with murals portraying giant reptiles and mythical heroes. Every building sports baskets and clay urns of colorful flowers, or is draped in leafy, flowering vines. Minstrels in bright clothing adorned with feathers and shells perform on street corners. Multicolored pennants and sun awnings flutter atop the city walls. A crowd of children dressed in feathered hats and capes races past you, squealing in delighted terror as a big-toothed lizard stomps and roars. The whole city seems to be bustling, sweating, laughing, swearing, and singing. You are surrounded by dinosaurs and people of all kinds.
Transfer.
Explains music, yep.
This is fantastic!
You know, the one I can get my hands on. Need to get me a dinosaur to ride.
Do you believe I have to agree with the oaf over there? My lord, the students can see this now.
I hear Star Wars music.
Agrees with me, does he?
That's Jurassic Park, you ding dong.
Oh,
Which is-
I was paying half attention to the song. It sounded like Star Wars to me. So, on you, Kelly. Next time I see you, I'm gonna hit you with this buzzsaw.
The saw blade. The saw blade is coming out in full.
Now, Andre, what did you say before all that?
I said the wee thing agrees with me, does he?
Yes, this wee thing agrees with you, oaf.
Ah, I figured we were giving each other names. My apologies.
This one's gonna be troublesome.
Yes. Most likely.
Here's the bar.
That's how I keep things fun.
See, there was a place we were supposed to go, right? Or were we supposed to follow this guy?
I'm just asking if you do anything upon seeing all this stuff and letting it play out.
Oh.
I mean, taking in the sights,
Just taking it
checking
all
out some
in.
dinosaurs.
Well, after
Muscles.
as you've all taken the sights and sounds and smells and such, Cindra turns and tells you that I am on my way to Wakanga. If you are looking for a place to stay, I recommend the Thundering Lizard. Or if you're not looking for a particularly raucous time, Gaia's House of Repose. Get a better night's sleep there. They're in the Red Bazaar. If you'll excuse me. That spell took a lot out of me. And Cindra begins to walk away.
I have a question, Joe. How does my favorite anime work?
You pick a type of enemy, and as long as you're fighting them, you get extra damage against them.
Oh, through the encounter? Okay.
Yeah. Just whatever type of enemy. It could be like undead or
Goblinoid,
yeah.
Beast.
human.
I'm gonna hit human. Let's check this wizard next to me.
Now,
Well, lads, I think we should probably familiarize ourselves with the territory.
sounds like a good idea, actually.
Hey, coming from him? Yes.
Quite.
Hey, you know nothing about me! Though, I can't say you're wrong. Let's go!
Oh, he is definitely a simple one.
And so you begin to walk through the port city.
Question, Joe.
Yep.
I'm just wondering. It's like I want to be looking around to see if like I can find a guild, or if anything like a chapter of my guild is here. So I'm gonna keep my eye out for that. Wasn't really a question, I guess, a statement.
All right.
As we're just kind of walking to where we're going.
To be honest, I'm not quite sure where we're going.
Nor do I.
Oh, somewhere. Ooh.
It's a nice size.
It is.
Doo-doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo. So where are we locating right now?
Just walking around.
I know, but where did we start?
Start in the middle. Work away. Oh,
Got it. We start right there. On this tiny little island.
That would
Yep.
be the statue.
Yeah, it's kind of what I figured.
Well, my guess would be we're probably like over here, since he said a lot about the. Well, no. Yeah.
You just landed in the docks.
Yeah.
There's someone in the middle.
Well then. Going around.
We're in the decks in the middle, or the decks down here on the bottom. Oh, over there.
I'm just pinging places, Brian.
Tyler, I'm gonna
Or we
ping
could be
you.
the docks way down here in the slums, it looks like.
By the way,
We are now walking around.
You appeared at these docks. Up here on the northern side. So, what direction are you heading?
I'm zooming
Say
head towards
going.
more into the city.
Yes, into the city. Find this red district.
Yo, the red district means. I'm
it's Red Light District. Red District.
not
Well,
sure.
you start immediately heading down the first street you see north. And you pass the boxy stone temple of Gond just behind the dockyard.
Hmm.
It is a temple dedicated to craftsmen and artisans, smiths, engineers, and the sort.
I don't suppose anybody here looks like they have the illness that's going around.
I mean, there's random people on the street that just look sick in general. It's the curse is a wasting disease. It just causes you to become weaker and weaker over time until eventually you die.
You said that was a temple of Gong.
It is a temple dedicated to Gond, the god of crafting.
Well, I suppose I should introduce myself. I am Gorik Raged Nakalathai, a soldier.
And I am Igris Beru, an artificer and tinkerer.
Algaric. Igris. I am Professor Uzal Adarin. I do so somewhat look forward to working with you.
That's all it takes.
I just kind of nod and say harmony.
Not one for many words, I see. But again, neither is the ranger.
Well, if I might ask, what is your purpose for joining this adventure?
Are you specifically talking to me or the group?
The group.
Joe, you said I was an old acquaintance, right?
Um,
An old acquaintance sent you this way.
yeah. You don't personally know Cindra.
An acquaintance of mine sent me this way to see what Cindra did. And as a man of knowledge, I could not really turn it down.
All right. And you? I point to Ignis.
Igris.
Igris.
Adventure is what it is. Going out and seeing new things, maybe finding something to inspire my work. Always looking for new ideas.
And you last? Got it! Ah!
Wait, what did you say? Sorry, it's like you cut out there. It's just like,
I think you cut out too.
No,
Oh.
I said, and you last?
no.
Well, as you're walking further...
Joe, he asked me a question. I was about to respond.
Okay. I'm just saying, stuff is happening around you while you guys are talking and walking.
I just say, I was sent here to see if I could help.
All right.
Well, as you're walking, a human, a male human, walks up and approaches the group. Are you an adventuring party?
I guess you could call us that, yes.
Mm-hmm.
You're here to explore the jungles, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
Well, I'm actually looking into hiring an adventuring party.
Really?
Yes, actually, where are my manners? May I introduce myself? I am Lennox Dashlind, a member of the Lord's Alliance.
I am Igris Beru.
Professor Uzal Adarin.
I am Gorik Raged Nakalathai. Just call me Gorik.
Harmony.
Name.
Did you say name?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, did he just say name?
Name.
Well, he nods at all of you and says, why don't you come back with me to my my office? We can discuss matters properly.
I don't know. What do you guys think?
It's a bit sudden, but would you have someone who might be able to show us around?
Of course.
Then I say we take him up on his offer.
Then lead the way, good sir.
Absolutely. And he leads you into here, and as you walk in, you see that there's, as you go through the gate, it is a walled off area, and you realize that the city appears to be built into sections, essentially. And over the wall, you see written out Merchant Ward. He leads you through it further in. You pass a number of extraordinarily brilliant, beautiful, and just unbelievably wealthy looking villas as you walk through in this area. He leads you further in, and you follow the curve, eventually reaching what appears to be another temple. This one appears to be a temple of Savras, the god of wizards, fortune tellers, diviners, and those who seek truth, essentially. But he leads you past that, and eventually to a nice-looking trade house, where he brings you into his office. And it happens to be right around here. Once you're all seated, he tells one of the servants to go and fetch refreshments for the guests. Now, as I was saying, I am a representative of the Lord's Alliance, and we are looking to make a number of business ventures here within Chult. I'm not sure how much you've heard, but it is a land of opportunity. I specifically represent a number of wealthy Watadavian interests, and they would like to look into the ruins of Nangalore and Oralunga.
Ruins, you say?
Yes, ancient ruins from past civilizations. We believe that there's potentially lost knowledge, treasures of all sorts, and who knows what else within.
What sort of knowledge?
Who cares what sort of knowledge it be? Knowledge is knowledge.
New types of spells, ancient artifacts, learning that was discovered here amongst this culture that hasn't been thought of anywhere else. The land of Chult has been very isolated from the rest of the world for a long time. It is only honestly recently, within the last century or so, with Port Nyanzaru here, that anyone has really begun to explore these lands.
And you have the locations of these ruins?
General area, but I need specifics.
So, say we find them. Do you wish for us to explore them first, or report to you?
Yes, as much as can be mapped out as possible. The more accurate the map we can get, the better.
Am I familiar with the Lord's Alliance?
Yeah, you've heard of them. They're a pretty well-known organization. It's essentially a number of lesser lords throughout all of the Sword Coast that try to, in their eyes, make things better by maintaining trade throughout all the lands, and they're essentially all about making sure the economy is doing well, because if the economy does well, the people do well.
Well, I can't say I'm opposed. Though I would ask for your assistance in our original matter for what we have come here for.
Of course, I can send someone with you to help you show the city. And as payment, if you're able to provide us with proper maps, the Lord's Alliance is willing to provide you with a sailing ship and a full crew.
That's
What was
Whoa.
this gentleman's name again, Joe?
Lerek Dashland. But yes, if you can get these maps for him, he will give you a sailing ship.
Excellent, excellent. Do we have an actual cartographer in our team?
Before she teleported you here, Cindra did give you a map, because as she said, that shows as much as she knows about the jungles of Chult.
I thought you weren't supposed to tell her gender.
It's not a secret, but it's hard to determine.
Gotcha.
This is the map she gave you.
Whoa, it's all hexagon.
Each hex is 10 miles.
Holy crap. And all the whites, I
That's a
assume, is
lot.
what we do not know.
All right.
Yep.
Well, let's present the map.
And where are
Not
we?
necessarily give it to him, but
Port Nyanzaru.
let's compare it with what they have.
Oh, they have even less of a map than you do.
Well, then I guess we should share this information.
He's quite astonished that you have such a very nice-looking map. But he doesn't think he knows of anyone that's got a map that's that well. That shows that much.
We have an impressive benefactor.
But he does tell you that the supposed locations that they've been able to gather, based off of what has been said, is that the two places he wants you to look into, Nangalore and Orolunga. Orolunga is supposedly to the northwest portion of the jungle. As for Nangalore, I mean, every account just says that it is in the jungle, so most people assume that it's somewhere in the heart of the jungles of Chult.
Well,
That'd be
perhaps
Turtle
these samples
Bay.
can enlighten us to our own goals. I say we accept.
I
All
agree.
in favor?
Agreed.
Agreed.
He thanks you kindly and prepares a contract that he asks you all to sign to show that this is an official business of the Lord's Alliance.
I'm gonna read over the contract.
It states that you will do your best to map out the location and any details in regards to the lost cities of Orolunga and Nangalore, and you will provide this map or a copy of said map to your connection, Lerek, and upon providing, the Lord's Alliance will give you the title of ownership to a sailing vessel and provide a crew, as well as pay for 1 month of that crew.
Nothing about, interfering with the ruins.
Nope. They want the location.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Looks good. I sign it.
Same.
I agree with Becker with that.
As a barbarian, can I read and write?
No, not unless you take a background that lets you. You are illiterate. What do you do?
Just don't print on
It
it.
wasn't a background. I thought you had to multi-class into something that could read and write.
Yeah, that's the other way. Certain backgrounds you can work it with your DM because it would require you to be literate,
Yeah,
like Sage.
like Sage.
I draw a picture of my face.
Yeah, he just kind of smiles.
I sigh in bewilderment.
Yeah.
Well then.
To be honest, I was picked up by my company when I was just but a boy. They never really gave me much time to learn such things.
Well, that explains a lot.
As long as you do your job well, that's all that really matters, I suppose.
To the T, sir. Whatever that means.
Oh, this is gonna be a long trip. Such a long trip. This one.
With that,
Yeah.
he ushers you out, and as you head out, you are greeted by a what you would assume is a local, and this is blatantly obvious by the fact that people from this area have very dark skin.
This one, he has the plague.
What plague
No.
are you talking about?
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I assume you to be our guide?
Yes. You wish to look around the city.
Yes.
Is there somewhere specific that you wish to go?
Do you know the way?
Stop.
Do you know the way,
Protect
my
you.
brother?
I can show you the way to where you wish to go within Port Nyanzaru.
Oh,
Oh, you did that way too well.
um. Is there anywhere you guys wish to go right away?
Well, I believe at first we should figure out our base of operations.
Yes. And I didn't see any guild or anything other than that guild temple.
Well, that wasn't a guild temple. That was a temple to the god
to
of
the guild, yeah.
craftsmanship. But yeah, you've not seen a guild so far.
Look at my guild membership card.
What did you say it was? The Red Bazaar? Or that's what the two taverns were?
Yes, you were told to look for the Red Bazaar.
Could you show us to the Red Bazaar?
But of course, we shall have to head to the southern side of the city.
Please lead the way, if you would.
He bows. If my guest would be so kind as to follow me. And he begins leading you through the city. You head south down this way and past this absolutely massive building.
While we're passing by, I'm going to ask him what it's about.
What is that building there for?
That is the Grand Souk, or as you might call it, the Grand Market. It is one of the three beating hearts of Port Nyanzaru. The other being the jewel market that you just left, as well as the Red Bazaar. And true to its name, it is the grandest of the three.
I imagine we'll probably be spending a lot of time there.
If there's anything that your heart desires, you can buy it there. They sell in things that you cannot find in the Sword Coast. Just as we buy things from the Sword Coast that we are not able to acquire as easily here. You might buy things such as certain medicines concocted from plants here in the jungles, as well as dinosaur claws and skulls, tiger pelts, ivory, batiri, feathers from birds of paradise, tropical fruit, monkeys, plesiosaur meat. All the riches of Chult can be found within the Grand Souk.
Well, that is grand.
With that, he continues to lead you further to the southern part of the port city, until eventually you pass a large oval building and you can hear cheers erupting from within it.
What's going on over there?
That is the Grand Colosseum. It is in the arena where gladiatorial games, as well as combat and spectacular circuses,
Oh no.
take place.
I was originally going to choose gladiator, but I'm like, man, it'd be really pretty hard to work myself into this as a gladiator.
Apparently not.
All along the walls, all the way around, are statues of what appear to be great warriors.
I'm going to admire them.
I would like to join the ranks one day.
Well, just about anyone can partake in fighting, or if you believe yourself to be skilled enough, you may enter the arena, as almost always it is non-lethal. But accidents do happen on occasion. There are events almost every afternoon. Those special events are held at sundown.
I think I might check it out sometime. On my time off, of course.
He nods and continues leading you around the arena till eventually you head down the stairs into a less fancy looking marketplace than the one where the trade house is located. And here is the Red Bazaar. This is the place where most people get their daily needs. You know, to buy the food or basic goods. Well, the common folk come to buy their things. The Grand Souk is only for the grandest of patrons, after all.
Well then, I suppose we should find a tavern.
Do you
Of
have
course,
a
that would be his first thought.
Do you have a particular preference for the type of tavern that you stay in?
Cheap.
It is my first thought. I thought we all agreed to find the base of operations.
Well, miss, if you are looking for somewhere that is affordable, then you would like to look to the Thundering Lizard. It is a rather boisterous place, but a bed only costs 5 silver pieces for a night.
I forgot the name of the other one.
Something repose, gentle repose.
Can't remember what the other one.
The only other main inn within the Red Bazaar is Kaya's House of Repose.
Yeah.
A much quieter locale, but it also expects that its clientele can pay for the peace of mind that they offer. It costs 1 gold per night.
Well, I believe I'll be going to the lizard.
Yeah.
Yes.
Before you all go, tell me, you are adventurers here in Chult, correct?
You are correct.
Do you plan to go into the jungles then?
That we do.
Eventually, yes.
That
Be
we
the
do.
plan, lad.
Well then, before this you just arrived within the city, correct?
Yes, we did.
Then you will need to go and visit the fort before you go into the jungles.
Some kind of license.
Yes, in order to explore the jungles, you must get a letter of marque.
Or what?
Or we will be thrown into jail, most likely.
Yes, the professor is correct. It is a form of taxation here within these lands.
Time it is right now.
I see no problem with it.
Probably about just after lunch, like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It should also be noted that you're all sweating really, really profusely. Because you just came from the Sword Coast, which is like temperate, and you are now in like 100-degree, 100% humidity, tropical weather.
Hell.
I don't know. The way Tyler's guy was looking, he looks like he might be pretty comfy.
I mean, even with that clothing, you are like the clothing you're wearing is thicker material than like anything anyone around here is wearing.
I'm pretty sure I'm shirtless.
Goliath would be shirtless.
I don't have any armor.
As long as
I'm
he has
just-
pants on, that's all I care.
I mean, like, even the clothing you are wearing, whatever clothing you happen to be wearing, is of material that's made for, a temperate climate,
Yeah, we'll probably
not
get some.
not a tropical climate. And yes, you are adjusted to a temperate climate, so even without clothing,
Mhm.
you are sweating. You are just like soaked with sweat as the sun beats down on you.
Like Joe after playing Just Dance.
Oh,
A very
yes.
apt
Remind me.
depiction.
Well, could you take us to the fort right now? Or where is that located?
But of course. And he leads you back out of the Red Bazaar, back up onto the causeway, and down to the other side. And you smell it before you see it, but you've just entered the fish market. There are fish of all kinds, as well as a number of other meats, like plesiosaur. That's actually one of their specialties here. However, it's rather late in the afternoon, so, well, not late, but it is in the afternoon. So pickings, you do not have the best pick, and what is there has been sitting in the sun all day up to this point.
If you go to a fish market, you gotta go early. Looking around, seeing what looks good. But continue following.
Be we up to the lizard then?
All right, he continues to lead, and he takes you over here to the southern ports, when suddenly you hear a terrible roar. You look over and you see people shouting, and a crowd begins running away, and you realize that an ankylosaurus that normally tows boats through the areas into the warehouses appears to be going on a rampage.
Wait, so is he in the water? Or he's just able to swim?
He's just able to swim.
Gotcha.
That's almost the bony tail, isn't it? No.
Spiky ball tail.
Yep.
Yeah.
I will see if there's anyone trying to calm it down. If there is, I will go down.
Or like a handler.
We need
Yeah.
to hop on and try to ride it.
I don't think that would be a good idea.
No, it was a good idea.
There's a couple of its handlers trying to calm it down, but there's also a number of guards coming that seem to want to deal with it.
Well, then we shall let them deal with it. Seems like they
Very-
have it handled.
Well, it's preventing you from moving further down the street, essentially. It's the equivalent of like a car accident happening.
Well,
And you can't look away. Oh,
maybe we should deal with it.
are they pulling like the handlers? Like, how are they trying to calm it down?
Well, they're trying to get a hold of the ropes around it.
Great. I'll go help them grab a hold of a rope.
All right. First, make a dex check to try and grab it.
Damn. Oh, why? Hold on. Why did that give me advantage? This character sheet's different from the one I'm used to.
It doesn't
Actually-
have it.
But my character sheet doesn't have advantage or disadvantage
Yeah.
buttons.
Oh, it's an option in the character sheet. Let me set it.
I was just like, I went to look. I'm like, wait a second. Joe's not allowing us to have advantage or disadvantage. So it's good and bad.
Damn. That roll would have been a good one. Am I good to go now?
Should be. You managed to grab a hold of the rope. Now make a strength check. You're managing to pull it down, but you have not gained control of it yet. It is still lashing out. Does anyone else do anything?
I feel like
Oi, lads, help me with this.
I
Those
could
soldiers
kill it
don't look
for
like they're
them.
going to play nice.
I won't play nice either. I don't know. Can you do anything, Professor?
No. It's not typically my expertise to deal with
I'll try to
dinosaurs.
help with grabbing a rope. So what? That's Dex first.
Dex to try and grab the rope, yes. So you managed to grab the rope. Now you'll need to make a strength check to see if you can help restrain it, get it back under control.
Do you have a split personality?
No.
We're not supposed to see that, Sam. Don't mention it.
I didn't know you could see that, so hold on. You have seen nothing. Okay, what do I do now?
What?
Nothing yet.
So now make a strength check.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh no. Harmony grabs a hold of one of the ropes, but right as she does, the Ankylosaurus rears up, and she gets sent flying as the rope tugs on her, and she falls into the water of the port.
Oops. Do that.
Are you doing it?
No, I was. Why is that showing up?
Hmm.
Oh, I need to press the I next time.
Well, if I raged, could I make another attempt?
Well, let me just. Is anyone else going to do anything?
I'll help. We'll grab the rope.
Make a
Yes.
Dex. Anyone else trying to grab ropes makes Dex checks. You grab the rope. Now make a strength. You also grab another rope. Strength checks.
That's what I'm dealing with. My strength sucks.
I don't think I succeeded on my strength.
I'll go with the first one. And, Ignis, you're mostly just holding the rope, but now, you're able, with your help, they start to at least, like, pull it away from the dockside and closer towards the buildings. And eventually, one of the handlers gets up towards its head and starts, like, talking to it and, like, rubbing its head, essentially, and it starts to calm down.
I'll let go of the rope and go and help our companion who flew into the water.
And Joe, we also don't have the 2DM button.
Oh.
So many things are missing from this sheet.
I also have the powerful build ability, so when I count as one size larger whenever determining my carrying capacity, whenever I'm lifting, pushing.
No, we don't. We don't need horses. Just get a wagon. And under they just pull the wagon.
Yes, of course.
But, yes, Gudok offers his hand to Harmony as she surfaces from the water.
I'll take it.
Yeah, and then I'll pull her out.
Make a strength check just to make sure.
Do I get advantage for that one size larger
No.
ability, man? Oh. Okay.
Oh, I knew that was gonna happen.
That's why I asked for the roll.
I know.
He falls into.
Yep. You weren't not because you're not strong enough, but because you weren't paying attention quite to where you were standing. Right as you take her weight, your foot slips and you fall into the water as well.
I shall go over to there to help. Well, at least help her up. I don't know if I can help him up as
You
easily.
go dead. I'll shake my head.
Yeah, I'm just
Oh.
standing there.
Also, at this point, a number of other people working the docks are like throwing out ropes to help you get up.
That's good.
And if you use the rope, you don't have to make a check. You just get out.
Yeah,
No,
I'll
take
take
the rope.
I'll take one of the ropes.
Seems I'm entrusting myself to a real simpleton.
And now I am all wet
Yes.
and smell like fish water.
And
There
you
we
But
smell
yes.
like seawater.
We're not sweaty anymore. But we gotta get out of the sun because that's just gonna bake in.
As you get pulled out of the water, your guide turns back and says, "Well, I was going to recommend that you get clothes fitting for the weather here.
I just
Sounds
kinda-
like a excellent idea.
Yeah, I kind of just look down and nod.
Yes.
Do you wish to get clothes before we go to the fort then?
Yes.
Then we should head back to the Red Bazaar."
Oh my gosh.
Where's the fort?
He points. "It is the large structure right over
Well,
there."
if we're right
Then
next
let's
to
do it. Let's just go to the fort now.
He shrugs and finishes leading the way.
Well, our first nat 1, of the session.
Second.
A second.
Second? Oh, yep, there's the first. I forgot about that one.
Well, you go in, and immediately you are greeted with the banners of the Flaming Fist Mercenary Company. You all recognize it as they're actually based out of Baldur's Gate on the Sword Coast. But it appears that they are essentially the authority here in the port. Your guide tells you that this is Fort Belluarian, and that this is the headquarters of the Flaming Fist, as they attempt to pacify territory and bring civilization to the peninsula.
Are there many other, is this like a diverse city, or is it like all humans?
Oh yeah, you see all kinds of things. You've seen several tabaxi minstrels. You see elves and dwarves and halflings. It's the majority human and majority local human, the Chultan.
How much do all of you weigh?
That's
I'm
a little
sorry,
personal.
what?
Oh, I'm just looking at what my powerful build ability is actually good for.
Okay, for a second there, I thought your character was actually asking that.
No. Sorry.
Wait, it's none of your business.
Okay. Is it because you don't remember?
No, I know it.
I'm going to turn to the guide and... So, where do we get these papers or this mark?
You will need to speak to the leader of the Flaming Fists.
Alrighty.
Is the port open? Are they open?
The fort is open.
And it's okay for anyone of the public to walk in?
Of course.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to find a counter or something, or somebody who works here.
All right. You go in, and immediately the guards essentially ask you what your business is here.
Yeah. We are looking to get there's a letter of marque to explore the jungle.
Ah. All right, then. You'll need to speak with the commander.
All right.
And he points up the stairs. And if you head directly up, the door's at the top of the stairs, and that will lead to her office.
Thank you. I start heading that way.
All right. You head to the top of the stairs into a very finely decorated office and you see a woman sitting in red. It's a military uniform, and she has the symbol of the flaming fist, as well as rank pins, uh, designating her. At the very least, Gurek clearly recognizes, and probably Professor Uzal as well, just from being knowledgeable,
No.
that she is a major.
I will give her a salute.
She nods and tells you, "At ease, soldier. Though you're not one of mine."
Give respect where it is due. That is what I was taught.
And that is very good of you. Nonetheless, what is your business here?
We are looking to get letters of marque to go to the jungle.
Ah, yes, you wish to explore the jungles. Very well. That is going to be 50 gold per person.
Good
We'll
thing
be
I
back
don't
later.
have that gold.
Is there
Yes.
anything we can do in exchange instead of money?
Well, actually, you're short on change and you wish to adventure into the jungles. I suppose we could work something out.
And what did you have in mind?
I've had a number of parties that were exploring the jungle, and they say that to the west of the port city, there have been strange tracks. And my most recent patrol has disappeared.
So you wish for us to locate your patrol?
That would be preferable. More importantly, I would like to know what exactly is out there, because all of my reports say that whatever it is, they've never seen anything like it.
A new creature? I'm intrigued.
Sounds fun. Yes, we can do this for you.
And I'm sure the Goliath wouldn't mind figuring out what it is either.
Wrap it.
I do enjoy a good challenge.
Very well. If you're willing to do it, then I shall be willing to issue you all each a letter of marque, as well as pay you for it.
Much appreciated.
My thanks. And where should we begin our search?
Oh, around what time did the curse start happening? Or like start seeing to happen?
Are you asking her that?
No, you.
You don't know.
Okay.
She begins pulling out paperwork and says, "Well, first things first, you will need to sign off on these charters of exploration so that you can
I'll
head
read 'em.
out." All right.
Fully.
Apologies, lady, but I am inept.
Oh, don't worry. I'm sure Ignis here will make sure that everything's in order.
Looks good. Sounds reasonable.
Hey.
I sign it.
So do I.
You do too.
Yep.
Guess I'll draw another picture of my face.
Very well.
You, my good sir, I am going to teach you how to write.
Well,
you're
if we have the
good.
time, I would actually like to.
She takes the paperwork from each of you and then hands each of you the Charter of Exploration, so that you now officially are allowed to explore the jungles so long as you turn over half of everything you find to the Flaming Fists.
Now, big guy, do not lose this.
Right. I shall not.
Better yet, just give it to me.
Also, while you're out there, seeing as you seem to be short on cash, if you kill any ghouls while in the jungle, bring back their heads. I pay 20 gold apiece.
Excellent.
I think the Goliath will be adept at head collecting.
Yeah, of course.
Well, I guess we shall leave at first light after we gather up whatever gear we need.
Oh yes, you're new here. You'll want to make sure that you're very well equipped.
Yes, that is what we're gonna go do now, is get some more, or get some attire for the jungle.
Oh, you'll definitely want more than just that.
What would you recommend? Seeing as we have never been.
Obviously, Igbius, the necessities of an adventuring.
I mean, you'll definitely want a guide at the very least.
Is our guide in city only, or is he to go with us?
What guide would that be?
No, I'm asking you, Joe.
You don't know.
Oh.
Pretty sure he was only for the city.
Yeah.
Besides, we still have to go talk to our actual, original employer.
Okay, I see it.
What?
I was trying to pull up the exploration, the Charter of Exploration, because I think it said you could
You can
rent a
hire,
person. Yeah,
you can
for
hire up to 6 guards for 1 gold each per day.
I thought it said something about like a 10th per day.
10 day each.
10 day.
Yeah. So I mean, if we need to, we could do that. But first, let us go and get
So
equipped.
attire and then food.
Yes.
So you're going to go back to the inn?
Well, we're gonna go, and is our guide still downstairs?
Yeah, he's still waiting by the door.
Okay. Yes, we're gonna go get clothes first. You know.
All right. He recommends that if you head back to the Red Bazaar, where the inns are, that's also the lower class marketplace.
And the cheaper stuff, which I am totally fine with.
Gotta get the
Yep.
TT.
So I do like my vest. I shall get a more adequate.
So he leads you back to the Red Bazaar and then asks if you require anything else.
Do you know any either locals for hire or jungle guides?
There are several. There are many people here who make a living traveling the jungles.
And where could we locate them?
They are all over the city. And if you simply ask around, you will be able to find them.
All right. I think that is it then.
Personally, if you are looking for one, I recommend Echo.
Echo?
Echo.
Why do you recommend him?
Or her?
Her. She is easy to get along with.
Like, okay.
Do you know where she usually is or hangs around? Where we could find her the easiest?
She is often found at the Temple of Soon on the northeast side of the city, out in the bay.
In the bay?
Out in the bay.
Out in the bay.
And then do you know what I said? I said,
In the
Ibombe!
In Bombay!
And then do you know what I said?
In Bombay!
But yes, do you require my services anymore?
I think we are good.
Very
Anybody
well.
else? Okay.
No.
I wish you a good day. And
You
with
as
that,
well.
he begins walking back off.
Well, time to look for some clothes.
Well, there are several stands that sell clothing and whatnot.
Well, I mean, it's still gonna suck with, armor.
Oh yeah, armor automatically sucks in this weather.
What do I have? I have scale.
You tell us other.
I don't have armor.
Well then, I'm just gonna look for the first clothing shop to get something light.
Yeah, I'll take just about anything that's light and cheap. And fits.
I was gonna say, I wonder if anything fits me. 8'2".
You're how tall?
8'2".
Good gosh.
And Goliaths are usually accustomed to the colder temperatures of high mountains, so this is the exact opposite of what he's.
This is killing him.
Well, that's the typical Goliath. That's where they're from. So yeah. He's probably sweating more than all of us.
Yeah, he's
Combined.
definitely hating this more than everyone else.
I actually have an almost unbearable positive attitude.
But yeah, if you're looking for clothing, you can easily find it.
Okay.
It's all very light material, very flowy, and everything is basically, everything is meant to expose skins so that you can sweat and you are not horribly soaked. Yeah.
Okay.
God. Well, I will search for clothing of my size.
Yeah, they've got it. They've got everything for anyone just because they sell everything here. You can buy a set of clothes for 5 silver.
Excellent.
Oh,
Don't have the silver though.
They can make change.
They shall make change.
What else do they sell? Is this just a clothing shop, or do they have anything else?
Well, it's stands, it's little stalls everywhere.
Okay. I mean, it's a jungle. Maybe we should get some bug spray.
I mean, is that a thing?
I don't know.
That's actually something they have a lot of here. And it's highly recommended.
So I'm gonna give them 1 gold for the thing.
For the clothes.
Yep, because that's all I got is gold.
All right.
So
You buy 2 sets.
Yep. Good to have an extra set.
And you ask around, and they tell you about insect repellent.
Okay. I'm gonna go look for that shop.
Well, there's several places that sell it. But they point you towards the nearest one, and it comes in 2 forms. There are blocks of incense, They cost 1 silver. You light it, it burns for 8 hours, and it will repel most insects within a 20-foot radius. Otherwise, you can buy a vial of salve, which sells for 1 gold, contains 20 applications of odorless grease. Does feel a little funny, but I mean, it's like putting on sunscreen. 1 application will protect the wearer from insects for 24 hours. And it's waterproof, so even in the rain, you'll be good.
Better,
Well,
yeah.
I'm-
Not a gold
I'm-
for that.
Yeah, I'm gonna get buy one of the salves, and I'm gonna buy one of the other ones.
All
All right, 1 gold and 1 silver.
They got change for a gold for that silver.
Yep, you pay 2 gold and they give you back 9 silver.
Actually, you know what? I'm actually gonna buy like 2 more of those, the blocks.
All right, 2 more silver.
What's for the other one? It's rainproof.
1 gold for 1 bottle, essentially. And the bottle has 20 uses. Each use is 1 day.
Yeah, bought 2. Handed them 2 gold.
Yeah.
How much does clothes cost?
5 silver.
And the incense was 8 hour.
8 hours for 1 stick. And it's got a 20-foot radius.
How do you do change for gold?
1 gold is worth 10 silver. While you're out, each of you roll a d100.
E100.
Exhaustion. Ooh, wow, 50.
So starting with Harmony, while you're out and about in the bazaar, you each just overhear snatches of conversations and tidbits of information. Harmony, you overhear a conversation where some people are talking about a monastery that hangs off the side of a plateau a number of miles up the Olung River, past the Laughing Gorge, and that it is filled with bird folk.
Interesting.
Bro.
Professor Uzal, you hear things about the many kings and queens, but none more beautiful than Queen Zakore. Thousands of warriors killed and died for her, but the only memorial of her reign is a garden within the palace of Nangalore, which lies near the eastern shores of the River Olung, north of Lake Luo.
And Mangalore is one of the places we were trying to find, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh,
Gurek, you over here, that long ago, a peaceful tribe of fisher folk called the Aldani angered Ubtao by catching and eating all the lobsters. As punishment for their greed, they were transformed into monsters and now dwell in the Aldani Basin.
Dude,
Lobster folk. We're about to have a crawfish boil. Lobster fry.
Igris.
Igris.
The jungle is full of nature spirits. Weird little elemental creatures with masks. They don't speak. They don't seem to be harmful or hostile, but they are very powerful in regards to magic.
cool.
And now, Chult was once a playground for a green dragon. Supposedly, her bones mark the location of a hidden treasure trove, the dragon hoard that no one has ever found.
Ooh.
If you travel to Mesro and head east across the Laughing Gorge, south toward Kirsabal, you might stumble upon the bones and find the treasure and earn a place in the history books. But yes, you all buy your insect repellent as well as your clothes, and you all feel a fair bit more comfortable. But it's still hot. You're not used to this climate. Nonetheless, it's not terrible. You've got the sea breeze that wafts in from the bay. What do you all do now?
Garrick is just gonna die in the jungle.
I mean, what time is it?
It's probably about 3 in the afternoon.
Maybe we should go see our Eku. Eku.
Aku.
Eku.
Yeah, try and find her.
Sounds good.
Well, you were told to head to the Temple of Sun in the northeast of the city.
How soon are we supposed to go there?
Really?
Slap you on the back.
Good one.
Do you guys try to head over there then?
Try.
Yes.
Can't we just walk?
Yeah, you can walk. You're not overly familiar with the city, though.
And we did dismiss our guide.
Well, we will. I will, like, be asking, just every now and then. It's like, do you know where the Temple of Sun?
All right. As long as you're asking for directions, it only takes you an hour to get back to the other side of the city. Because it's the complete opposite side of the city. But you eventually get to the Temple of Sun in the top right of the map. It is isolated atop a rocky formation in the sea and reachable only by the causeway from the Temple Hill, or technically by boat. There is a little port there, a small harbor. When seen from a distance, however, it almost seems as if it is floating in mid-air. But as you get closer, you realize it's because the outside is covered in mirrors. Upon entering, you realize that it is filled with, well, people wearing essentially only towels.
Oh,
Interesting.
The bathhouse.
It is a public bathhouse. As you enter, everyone make a charisma check.
Oh, I'm good at that.
oh, somebody is.
Oh,
Not a good
God.
start for our nights.
Oh my gosh!
The ranger just struts his stuff over there.
The one person with negatives.
God, that was
Oh
bad.
my god.
So, Neal enters and is immediately welcomed as, "Brother, please come join us."
Okay.
But the rest of you are all looked upon with either sad or sympathetic looks, and a number of people begin coming over and saying, "You poor things."
Why
Yeah.
are we poor?
A woman walks up to you, Harmony, and says, Would you like me to teach you how to apply makeup?"
Uh,
I just stare her down.
I'm starting not to like this place.
I'm not quite sure what's going on.
No, presenting yourself is an important thing.
Oh, Garrick, stop!
Another woman approaches Professor Uzal and says, Would you like me to style your hair? It looks terrible.
I'm sorry, but my hair is just fine, thank you very much.
Could use a little work.
And
Oh,
you
this is
all
the one in the
reek of
vest.
sweat. You must use our bathhouse immediately. You all reek. You stink.
You are most kind. We shall do so.
I'll pass.
Agreed.
I will have to agree on this one. I do stink.
Yes, I could use a bath.
That you do.
And
Garrick,
someone,
you're not one to talk.
one comes up to you, Godek, and is like, "Do you know that your pants are on backwards?"
I just look at Garrick.
My word!
Um,
This truly is a different culture. I appreciate you bringing this up.
They all start ushering in, and they're the entire way they're all asking what they can do to help you improve yourselves.
I take him up on
Work your
every offer.
magic.
I mean, if
Who's she trying to intimidate?
what are you doing?
I think she's trying to
exactly?
intimidate
I'm just giving everyone the
everybody.
death look who approaches me.
She's the antisocial one.
As you do, several of them are just kind of. You'll never be able to attract anyone that way.
And then the next day, this place was wiped off of existence.
But for the rest of you that are being more that are going along with it, they essentially start treating you to a spa day.
Oh.
They usher you into the baths and provide you with towels and tell you that they'll wash your clothes. And they provide all types of different scented soaps.
Oh my gosh, I'm just rolling my eyes. Is there someone I can talk to that actually works here?
Oh, we are all servants of the temple.
Great. Do you know if Aku is here?
You wish to speak to Eku? Yes, she is over in the bathhouse over there. They point to one of the specific baths.
Okay. Thank you. And I'll just start walking over there.
I'm gonna enjoy my spa day.
I do believe this is quite nice.
Appreciate it, but I am still on duty.
Just loosen up, Garek.
I don't
You
think
could
the
use
Goliath
this.
would know how to loosen up.
I suppose.
Do I find Aku?
You found a coup? I don't know if we want a coup here.
Well, you head over to the bath, but they tell you can only enter the bathhouse if you are using the bath.
Fine. I will. I'll tell them I'll use it and then ask them if I can go in.
All right, they wait for you so they can take your clothing and hold out a bath towel.
Fine. Take off my clothes and wrap myself in a towel.
And then they usher you inward and ask what type of soap you prefer.
There are different types.
Of
Oh
course,
no!
Do they have charcoal soap?
they do.
Oh, that sounds good.
I'll just tell them to surprise me.
All right, they get you a very nice flower, cherry blossom scented soap.
I'm going with that charcoal.
You enter and they point you towards Eku. She is a Chilton woman.
Are you Aku?
Yes, I am. What may I do for you?
I was told you could possibly provide guidance through the jungle.
Yes, I am. After all, a guide to the jungles. Is there something in particular that you wish to go to in the jungles?
A little bit of everything. My party and I wish to explore some specific areas of the jungle and some not specific areas of the jungle, and we're wondering if we could hire your services.
If I might ask before I agree to anything, what is it you wish to do within the jungle?
A few different odds and ends. Some things we were hired for, and other things are purely exploration.
Are you at liberty to tell me what exactly you plan to do within the jungle?
So we need to find that missing patrol.
Did you go over there and
No,
join?
I'm not.
No,
I'm
he's
telling
just
her in person because
yeah,
I'm
he's
thinking
helping
she
my
doesn't really
brain.
remember. Yeah. We need to find that missing patrol, or at least figure out what happened to him. We need to map out the ruins and explore those ruins, and we need to figure out the origin of the curse. And this is our best lead.
Okay, I will tell her all that.
Well, I suppose that aligns well enough with what I believe. So long as you are not doing anything to destroy the ancient sites within my land.
Jeez, I mean, not me personally. I don't think anyone else in my group would be for that.
I personally hope that we may someday reclaim the ancient ruins of my people. That these sacred places might be returned to their rightful descendants, and that all might live in peace. I will let you know that my rates are standard. I charge 5 gold pieces a day, with 30 down payment up front. A 30-day down payment up front.
Huh?
So, a lot of money.
It makes sense.
No.
150 gold up front with 5 gold a day for every day you're out there.
I see. We definitely cannot afford your services, but I thank you for your time.
She nods. Well, I wish you best of luck.
I throw off this darn towel and get dressed and get out of here.
Well, you have now met Eku and found that she is beyond your coin purse.
I don't think we need her.
Guess we can hire a flaming fist. For now.
Or just ask around and see if there's anyone cheaper.
Maybe.
Or just willing to go along with us.
I mean, the flaming fist was pretty cheap.
I don't think we need a guide in general.
As you say, as we get lost.
No, I can't get lost. Not in a jungle.
Oh yeah.
He is a ranger.
Yep, he has that to wander.
Only time I can get lost if it's magical means.
No, we don't need no guide. Let's go.
Well, do you
After our
speak up
spa
and
day.
tell us that, or
It's not simply about getting lost, it's about knowing how to survive out there.
Don't die.
Someone local
I'll
to
build
the
myself
area.
a treehouse and chip all my food.
Yeah, but what if that food is poisonous?
well, I think we could
I
either
have
spend the
people
time
test it
trying
out.
to come across someone, or we can just pay 1 gold for 10 days for a guide from the Flaming Fist.
Yeah.
Or guard.
What's the flaming fist at guards, not guides?
Yeah, I don't know if they're actual guide, but they probably know more than us.
Yeah. Well, we could. We
Or
could
we
still
can go
look
talk to our
around.
benefactor first.
Yeah.
Hmm. Which one?
Our original one.
Gotcha.
The whole reason we're actually here.
We need to stay with this friend who was named like Iago or Laguga.
I forgot to write that name down. So. Well, we finish with our spa day and then we leave.
Hey.
I was gonna say, did Kelly's character just like leave and then just like leave us there?
Well, okay. As I exit, I tell them to send a message to my party, saying that I spoke to Aku, and that she is beyond our budget, and then I'll wait for them outside.
All right. You stand outside for a few minutes. Everybody else finishes their spa day. It's going to be a little bit.
Yep. I'll just people watch.
As you're standing there, you suddenly feel a tug at your leg.
Sucker
What
punch.
was that? No.
It's the orphans.
You look down and see what you're guessing is a little green person.
Hi.
Kailangan mo ang gabay?
Okay, I wasn't expecting that.
It's Joe. Expect the unexpected.
Gabay, gabay.
Bye.
Roll another intimidation.
Kailangan gabay.
Is he like pointing at something?
No, he's just like waving his arms now. Also, you look closer. Make either a nature or history check. This is a vegetable person.
This is a vegetable.
Cabbage Patch Kid.
He's about like 1.5 feet tall, maybe close to 2 feet.
Oh my god, it is Cabbage Patch Kid.
He is
Guys.
literally a little vegetable person. He is all green. His he's got a little. His head is kind of shaped like a carrot, and he's got a little tuft of leaves on the top of his head.
Well, we haven't eaten today.
Then he points to you. Kailangan gabay. And then he points to himself. Gabay, gabay.
I'll point to me and say, Harmony? And I'll point to him and kind of in a question mark say, Kapai? Hey, at least I'm trying.
No, we're looking at the image Sam put in the Discord.
Oh my.
Oh my gosh. No, not quite like that. He is like just human shaped. His head is just kind of carrot shaped.
I know that video. But what do you do, Kelly?
Give me a second. He points to himself and says, points to you and says, Amoni. And he points to himself, Datu.
Say that again?
Datu.
Datu? And I'll kind of smile and Datu. And nod and kneel down so I can kind of get on his level a little bit more.
He then points to himself again and says, Datu, gabay, gabay.
I'm not good at this.
Then points back to you, Kailangan gabay. Then he points to himself again, Datu, dalhin sa gabay, gabay.
He's a guide! I don't know.
I'll just kind of shake my head and shrug, and I'll just say, I'm sorry. I don't understand what you're trying to say to me.
Pull a Pulp Fiction.
Oh, I wasn't pressing the thing. Sorry. I'm like pretending. I also kind of like show him that I'm pretending to draw in the dirt.
He looks intently at what you're trying to draw.
And then I'll gesture for him to try.
He makes a very poor drawing of you.
Oh, that's so cute.
Great. We've already adopted our first,
The vegetable
little
child.
person.
And he points to it and goes,
Cabbage Patch Kid.
Amani!
Yes, you're right.
And he points, again now at you. Amani, kailangan gabay!
Go with him.
I mean, is he trying to lead me somewhere?
I don't know.
Points to himself. Alam mo, gabay! Gabay, gabay!
Did we come out
Go
yet?
somewhere. You follow.
Yeah, after a few minutes, you guys all eventually come out feeling very refreshed. And you see Harmony just talking to a little green man.
Oh, and what
Trying
do
to
we
talk
have
to him.
here?
It seems you've made a friend.
I'd like to say that, but I'm not sure what he's trying to tell me. He knows my name. That's about it. All I know. I know his name.
Hmm.
And he's a vegetable.
Oh,
We definitely
Like
see
an
that.
apple, but like an actual vegetable.
oh.
Interesting.
Well,
Yeah. He points to everyone else and goes, Iyong kaibigan?
Let's see. I'm actually going to walk back in to the bathhouse and ask like the first like attendant I see if they speak whatever language the little vegetables speak.
They look out and go, oh, it's a veggie pygmy?
What? Sorry.
It's a veggie pygmy. There are not many of those within the city. They usually keep to themselves out in the jungles. I do not speak their language. Most people do not.
No. Okay. Well, thank you. I'm gonna walk back out.
well, what does he want?
I wish I knew. I mean, as far as I know, he has the intellect of a child, but I don't really know what he's trying to tell me. Unless he's just trying to be friends, in which case we've done that.
He points once again to Harmony. Kailangan gabay! Points to himself. Alam mo, gabay! Gabay, gabay!
Do you understand us, little one?
Angilan?
Does he look happy or sad about this?
I mean, he's just kind of neutral.
Oh, obviously we gotta teach him to speak English.
Mm-hmm. Professor, you're up.
I mean, I'll tell him that, like, I'll go anywhere he wants me to go to, like, for translation, but otherwise I don't know what he's trying to say.
He holds out a hand.
Oh, I'll take his hand.
It's very...
So the one that's been stone cold to everybody else is just melting for this vegetable person.
Yeah, when it's something
Well, that's
tiny,
here
it's
again.
obviously adorable, Sam.
She's gone.
Wow.
That's how they
Yeah,
kill
that's
you.
I mean, it's a little awkward if you try and actually hold his hand while following him now.
Yeah, I don't care.
You essentially have to like bend over to
Yep.
keep his hand. But yeah, he starts like almost jogging, which for you is not even a full 30 feet of movement each time, as his little legs carry him through the city.
I guess we should follow them.
Yes. Yes, we should.
Adventure awaits.
We'll
What's
definitely have to
next?
study this creature.
Murder and death.
A radish person?
He eventually leads you to the jewelry market once again.
Let us see what we find there.
Stop it!
Use a ring.
And once he gets there, he leads you to another Chultan man,
You need to beat it with all these puns.
and then he points to him and shouts, "Goodbye!"
That guy?
I'll approach the man and just say, "Hello. Do you happen to know this little vegetable pygmy?"
Are you missing a child?
He turns,
Did
yes,
your ingredients run out of your kitchen again?
that is Datu. I am a druid. I am Gawasha, and he is my companion."
He brought
Cute
me
little
to you.
buggers indeed.
I'm not really sure if he just wants to be friends and introductions or what he needed. I'm sorry, I don't speak his language.
Goodbye.
He leans down, and then
Thinks you're pretty.
he points towards Harmony and goes, "Kailangan niya goodbye." And he points towards the guy, "Goodbye." He goes, he says that you needed a guide.
Oh my
I
god!
was right.
This is the best thing ever!
Start writing down notes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure how he knows that, but yeah, we've been looking for a guide to take us into the jungle.
Well,
Jungle.
I am a guide. I know the jungle fairly well.
What are your rates?
Well, I charge the same rate as most other people around here, 5 gold per day. But the amount is negotiable.
Good, because we're desperate. No, I'm not saying that.
As long as there's no down payment, I think we can handle that.
I also know many of the secret ways, and my companion is well versed in the local flora and fauna. So we can offer you many things that many other guides do not know.
Your name was
Kawasha.
Masha.
How do you spell that? Ooh, excuse me.
And how do you spell the little dude's name?
Datu.
Yeah, I mean, if it's okay with the rest of the group, I'll just look at the rest of the group and kind of look at them questioningly, like, can we afford these guys? Like, can we make it work?
How much was it a day?
$5 gold
$5 a day.
Well, I like the little guy. He's got pluck.
I am willing to charge the standard rates, but if you are willing to help me in my quest, I would gladly waive the fee.
Oh, what is your quest?
I simply seek to rid the jungles of as many undead as we might encounter.
Deal.
They plague my lands.
Yep, that sounds good to me.
So long as we are willing to destroy any undead we find along the way, I shall not charge you for my services or Datu's.
Yeah.
I cut out?
Joe. Yeah. So as long as we are willing to destroy, then that's it.
As long as you are willing to destroy any undead we encounter along the way, I shall not charge you.
Well, I see no problem with it.
Yeah.
Perhaps together we can receive the blessing of the Tuenga spirits.
The commander of the Firefest asked us to take heads back of the ghouls.
Ghouls.
Is that an issue?
He sighs. I do not always agree with everything that the Flaming Fists do, but they have helped stabilize this land and bring a semblance of peace.
That didn't really answer the question.
It is not a problem as long as you are killing the ghouls.
Oh.
I do not care if you turn them in for the bounty.
Very well.
To which As he says that, Datu starts yelling, "Badia, Badia!"
Oh, and what does that mean?
He's shouting coin.
Boy, okay.
I'll give him a gold piece.
He takes it, he tries to bite it, and after, like, judging it based off biting it, he hands it to Quasha. To which he just thanks you. Are you planning on leaving immediately then?
I think we'll probably wait till the morning. What are you guys thinking?
You're the guide here. Is it safer to travel at night?
It is most certainly not safer to travel at night.
Figured so. Then we shall leave at first light.
Tell me, do you have supplies for your travels?
We have bought meager supplies at best.
Do you have enough food for the trip you are planning on taking?
Let's see.
No.
Find a place that sells some dry jerky. Maybe.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Well, we can gather what we need tonight before we head out tomorrow.
Very well. I shall send Datu with you to make sure that when you are ready, he shall come fetch me. He somehow always knows where I am.
All right then.
Which Datu gives a rather big smile.
God,
Oh my
that's
goodness.
creepy.
That looks like Abe from Abe's Exodus.
That's what I just thought of too.
Oh, for a pet.
That is not as cute as I thought it was gonna be.
No, he's not as cute.
Beg to differ.
It is
I
cute.
like.
Oh, you're racist.
There's actually multiple depictions of them. That's the one they went with for this. But there's some where they literally just look like tiny people that are green. There's some where they look more like a vegetable. But that is the depiction they have for this artwork.
Hmm.
If you want to imagine them looking different, go right ahead.
I like that one.
No, I like that one.
Anyways, shall we go see Cindra now?
Who?
Cindra.
Our original employer, my friend.
Oh my god, this is gonna take forever.
Oh no, it's like I forgot the name because it's like our
Joe.
original employer was.
Did that do it
Yeah.
publicly?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
did.
It's not supposed to. And it's the same one you got earlier anyway.
Yeah, I see this.
Was that employer?
Oh, he's the Agliosaur.
Cindra, yeah.
Yes,
Yep.
Cindra is our original employer.
I thought that was the name of the person they were going to stay with.
No,
But-
Cindra was the one that we originally met, teleported us
Right.
here.
Yep.
Then they
I
went to go meet their friend here in this town.
Yep.
And then we ran into Larrick.
I mean,
And then the
what,
Ankleo.
did he tell us to find him again?
I was gonna say, it's like, why are we going to him?
He asked if we need him. We know where to find him. Or he said if we need him.
Why don't
Do we need him?
We could see if we could get some supplies from him. Could we not?
He just
Yeah.
teleported here with us.
It's a woman.
Her.
I mean,
Well-
I guess their friend could,
Could have some supplies that we could get.
we could. I mean, I guess we could see, yeah. But I feel like if he, it's like, yeah, we have supplies.
Yeah.
We also have Larrick.
Yeah.
Where are we right now, Joe? On the map.
We're in our house.
Right around here.
Well, we believe Larrick was nearby, right? Like
Lyric was, I thought, over here somewhere. Or was he over here?
So Wax nearby. Let's go to him first.
Give me a second. I think my roll 20 just froze.
No.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Look, make a ruckus to the forest.
All right, things are working again. So where are you going?
To Larrick. Wherever he was.
He was at the trade house of the Lord's Alliance. That was where you currently are.
Well, let's go tackle Larrick.
Knew it was over here.
Just there.
The place that you were all pinging was the Temple of Savras, the deity of wizards, fortune tellers, and diviners.
And this one over here somewhere was the temple of the smith.
Yep,
Or-
Temple of Gond.
Gone.
But yes, one of the buildings here is the trade house.
Temple of Gone.
Well, then we should pay a visit to Larrick.
Lyric, old buddy, old pal, old friend of mine. No, I do not say that in character either.
But yeah, you managed to get another meeting with Leddick. Was there something more you needed?
Well, we have managed to secure a charter, a guide, and a place to stay. However,
Well,
We
actually, we
find
haven't really
that-
Actually, we
secured
haven't got the place to stay.
well, we know where we will stay. Nonetheless, we're hoping you might help us in the area of supplies.
And what do you mean by helping in the area of supplies?
Foodstuffs.
Well, there should be plenty within the city to buy.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured was going on.
That's why I was kind of like reluctant. It's like, why are we going to them? It's like, unless it's like we can buy food. I mean, I knew he probably wouldn't have been as willing, but maybe our actual benefactor. But
Well, then, I guess we will be off.
He bids you farewell.
Alright, let's go buy an extra set of rations. Unless our ranger friend there can feed us.
What?
I said unless you there can feed us.
Nostalgia food. So I might die. Isn't poison.
So, where are you going to buy your food?
Probably the Red
The
Bazaar.
Red Bazaar.
All right, you guys head back over to the Red Bazaar. It's getting
yes.
relatively late in the afternoon by this point. So, you head to the Red Bazaar.
I'm looking for any kind of salted meat.
So rations.
Any kind of rationy type food.
Yeah, there's lots of them. They've got all kinds of food that will keep within the jungle if you're traveling.
How much for rations?
5 silver per day's worth per person.
Wanted.
So that'd be
Or that'd be 2 gold. Or with 2 gold, right, Joe?
4 would be 2 gold.
There we go.
So, actually, looking at the map, I want you all to realize that each hex is 1 days of travel.
We don't have a lot of money for this.
We're gonna have to hunt.
That
I
we
can
got.
hunt.
How much did you say the rations were?
5 silver for 1 day.
Heck, it looks like it's gonna be like 6 days to get to even like right, you know, like the first hex.
Why do I have 10 rations?
I buy 8 days of
I mean,
rations.
aren't we just looking for military people that aren't that far away first?
Yeah. And then 20 gold per ghoul head.
But
We'll
you never
find
know
some
what
variable
will
ones.
happen. We could end up getting lost.
That's why we have a guide.
Aye, a guard could get eaten.
Well, let's not let that happen then.
So I think we're ready to find an inn. To the lizard.
To the
thundering
lizard!
The thunderous lizard. No, thundering lizard. One of the two.
Oh, and I misspoke earlier. The place that they thought they found the strange tracks was east of the city, not west.
East. Gotcha.
Oh, and as we're heading to the tavern, I relay the information about that queen, the place.
I will tell them about the fish people.
I'll tell them about the spirits.
No, there's something better than all of that.
Something better than all this.
Oh, dragon bones somewhere yonder.
Well, that would be a fight.
One.
Well, you all buy however many rations you're buying. Do you do
Yep.
anything else before the end of the day?
Just get a room.
All right. You head to the, was it the Roaring Lizard?
Roaring lizard.
Roaring lizard. That was the thunderous.
Thunderous lizard.
Yeah. And it costs you 5 silver for a night.
All right.
So poor compared to other things.
Yeah. Soon.
You all spend the night. Datu just follows Harmony into her room.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. That's fine.
He looks around and he eventually sees a potted plant and then he gets into the pot.
Yep.
I expected nothing less. I ask him if he needs me to like move some of the plants for him to have more room.
He shakes his head.
Oh, okay.
But then he looks at you and goes, "Too big?"
Saying goodnight.
Yep.
Maybe.
Good night.
He shakes his head. Too big.
Damn.
Oh. Is
The
the
pot.
pot too big?
He shakes his head even more. Hindi. Too big.
Read him a bedtime story.
Do you need a hug?
You gotta be tucked in.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so do you want me to cover you up with some dirt?
He gets back out of the pot and starts rummaging through your stuff.
Water.
Okay.
Eat the water. I don't know.
he eventually pulls out your water skin, drags it over to the pot, and then pours some of the water into the pot. And then he corks it again, and then drags it all the way back over to your stuff, and puts it back, and then he goes back into the pot.
Kept it.
I'm so sorry, Datu. I'll get this eventually.
Nonetheless,
Are you okay now?
he nods.
Nuts.
We'll go through like 13 more sessions, and then at the end of it, he'll speak English.
No, don't worry. The professor has it.
Nonetheless, you all get a long rest.
As the pressure good at his job.
With what supplies we have gathered, I think we should go see our guide.
Yep, and head out.
Okay, Datu, we need you to bring us to Kawaka.
He gets up all ready to go and starts heading out the door. Are any of you eating breakfast?
I will.
Same here.
Yeah, so
I do.
Yeah.
can't shoot a bow on an empty stomach.
As you all are getting down and entering the tavern section of the inn, you all see a rather large half-orc standing around, looking rather out of place.
Like eye contact a bit.
You see them walk up to someone and try talking to them, but the person eventually shakes their head and the half-orc looks upset.
Hail, friend.
You get closer and realize that it is a female half-orc.
What brings you to the city?
Well, I can immediately tell that you're not from here either. So I'm assuming that means that you probably can't help me regardless.
Well, I definitely can't help you if I don't know what you need help with.
I'm trying to find someone to help me get to camp.
Vengeance?
No.
Oh. Righteous?
Yes, Camp Righteous.
Gotcha.
Well, we have a guide, and it's on our map.
And we're heading out into the jungle
And
anyway.
we are heading out today.
Oh, so you are someone heading out into the jungle. Are you headed the direction of Camp Righteous?
Let's see. You said
Where is
east of
that?
the city. It's south of the city, I believe.
Oh
She can't
yeah,
go in the jungle.
Camp Righteous down that way. I thought we were heading east of the city
Yeah, we are, so we're not going there today.
this week.
It's here.
But, I mean, we can give her directions based
Well,
on our map.
We
Just follow the
are
river.
currently on duty. We was heading east outside the city first. But we do intend to go that direction after.
Well, if someone will get me there eventually, would you mind if I accompanied you?
Your name first.
Of course, I'm Undriel Silvertusk, priest of Torm, and a representative of the Order of the Gauntlet.
Undriel Silvertusk.
What color is she?
She's, like, green.
Okay. Well,
Well, I certainly don't have any complaints.
Yes, I did not realize how difficult it was going to be trying to get around in Chult.
Yes, I'm still kind of accommodating myself.
I was under the assumption that I could just ride a boat here and then buy a horse. And then I found out they don't use horses here.
Yes, they use those gigantic creatures.
Well, as long as you're willing, I would like to join your expedition then.
Well, welcome aboard, Undrio.
Hold on, Garek. Does she have a mark of passage?
Well, we don't either, so.
Yes,
No,
we
we
do.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah,
we
you're all
do.
given one.
Oh, does she?
You make
She
a good
doesn't-
point there, Professor.
Because if she does not have one, we can't exactly go with her.
Oh, she's already got one. She was provided one by the Order of the Gauntlet.
Well, then we're good.
Well, then let us be off after we eat. Will you be joining us?
She follows. I have nothing else to do.
Well, then.
You also notice that she is still wearing the clothing that she must have arrived in, and is also still in her full armor.
Might I suggest perhaps local clothing?
These are the traditional robes of my office as a priestess.
Well, I won't convince you otherwise. Only a suggestion.
Nonetheless, she follows you out.
All right. Well, then we will follow Datu to our guide after eating breakfast.
I mean, we can eat and walk at the same time.
What does breakfast cost? Or does it come with the room?
It does not. It costs you 2 silver for the breakfast.
Well, then after we're done eating, or if we're eating and walking,
You grab your food, you start eating, you're all following Datu. He's doing his best to make a good jog. You just kind of walk behind him.
Datu, would it be easier if, you rode on my back and just pointed out the way? I mean, unless you like walking, but.
He insists on walking.
Oh boy. Okay.
I mean, he's
Can you
not
cast
walking. He's running.
Okay. Okay.
But because he's not taking the dash action, but he is trying to move faster, which means that his movement is 30 feet. So your average walking speed.
Okay. That's fine.
So, Undrio, while we're on the way, if I might ask, why do you need to get to this camp so, or so bad?
I have a number of reports to turn in to the commander of the camp, as well as I have been reassigned. That is my new station.
From across the shore, or the sea, I must imagine it must be important then.
Well, the Order of the Gauntlet is helping try to deal with the undead problem here in Schult.
Well, that would make us ally in arms then.
She simply nods and keeps walking with. Eventually, you reach the gates leading to the old town. And you leave the nicer, more well-kept parts of the city to find essentially the slums.
well then.
I suppose we should find our guide and head out first thing. Tell him going east.
Follow the reports.
At the entrance to the city are 2 large ziggurats. There are shops and various tenements of bamboo that are jammed under the terraces, and it's just literally all kinds of weird mishmash. It's a shanty town. They've built whatever they felt like building.
How creative.
But yes, as you get towards the end, you eventually realize that there's a giant, like, not pit, like trench, dug right down the middle of the main boulevard.
What's in it?
You look down into it and you see blood stains and a handful of bones.
Some sort of natural defense, maybe.
Sacrificial pit.
That's also quite possible.
Nonetheless,
No,
you get to this ziggurat, and at the base is Kwasha.
Good morning, Quasha.
Good morning.
We are ready for our expedition.
You do not seem to have very much food prepared.
How much do you think we should have?
Well, how far into the jungle were you planning on going?
Well, there are reports to the east that we must check on for the Fire Fist.
How far east are you going?
See, I don't actually know that. At least I don't remember that. It just said it was somewhere east of the city, right?
Yes, east of the city.
Can't
Yeah,
imagine.
dude, we have no idea.
Well,
But we have someone with us that knows how to hunt.
do they know how to hunt the things that are in truth?
Yeah, probably not.
Fortunately, we were not given much in the way of provisions. We have mustered what we can.
Yeah, we can't afford much.
Are you doing this independently then?
Are you saying we could have gone back to the fort and asked them for food?
You aren't hired. You're not hired by the fort.
Then yeah, we're independent.
You're not. You were literally teleported to this land by your employer.
Mm-hmm.
So what you're saying is, Andre was
What-
right all along.
No, not Andre.
Sam.
Myself. As I have been telling, a benefactor we have yet to go see.
I just thought he would have like mentioned, like before he dropped us off, like some of the things that we would need to know, and he didn't. So I thought we were on our own.
Well, Kwasha is standing there waiting to see what you guys do. But he does recommend that you be better prepared if you're planning on going on an expedition.
Okay. Well, maybe we should go.
It's across the city again, isn't it? No.
I have been telling you. No, nobody wants to listen to Professor. No.
So what are you guys doing?
Well, where is our benefactor located?
On the other side of the city, I imagine.
She told you that she was staying with Wakanga.
Hey, ask Pasha. He knows the Lakanga.
Wakanga Otamu? One of the merchant princes that rules the city?
Oh my gosh.
Yes, that one.
I mean, everyone here knows the merchant princes.
Well, our benefactor is currently staying
And not very informative, apparently.
Our benefactor was tired.
Well, if you have the ear of Wakanga, I highly recommend that you make every use of it.
Joe, I hate you.
Why?
He gave us everything we needed.
No, he didn't! I don't suppose you know where they live.
Now, they would live in the area where all the merchant princes have their villas. Yeah, it was literally the first place you walked through when you got into the city.
Right then,
Then.
let us go, Cindra and the prince.
Oh man, I just want to rage and show my other side of my personality.
Well, you head back across the city.
Much faster this time without Datu.
No, Datu is going with you.
Oh, god damn it. Alright, well, we'll pick him up.
He doesn't like being picked up.
Well,
You didn't want to ride you back.
Datu, is there any way I could convince you that to give you like a shoulder ride so we could go to our place faster?
Make a persuasion check.
No, with that rule.
He insists on walking.
What she means is it might be nice to have the perspective of a higher position.
He starts running, full on sprinting.
Okay. Okay.
So now he's moving 40 feet per turn.
oh no.
Only 40?
Alright.
Okay, what we need to get is a pot of dirt and then put it in a wagon.
You need to learn the spell haste.
As you're walking through, you suddenly bump into a fellow who's carrying a stack of books.
Who bumps into him?
Whoever is in front.
That'd be Datu.
Well, Datu runs between his legs. And whoever's following Datu bumps into him.
Unfortunately, that's probably me.
Yeah, as you're trying to.
So, Harmony, you bump into a man carrying a large stack of books, and some of the books fall on the ground.
Can we make a reaction to try and stop the books from falling?
Yeah, you can all make dex checks to try and catch the books.
Azoo!
Oh, Harmony's got that shit.
Harmony alone is able to essentially catch the books that are falling and hand them back.
You win my quarry.
And if you all want to make history checks, I'm going to say that Professor Uzel probably has advantage.
So ain't my thing.
Oh, what the hell?
Well, Igrius recognized this is none other than Volothamp Gedarm.
His names.
And he goes, "Oh, my apologies. I didn't see you there. Would you like a copy of my newest book? I've already signed them."
Yes, please.
And he
Good, you
hands
don't
you-
even know how to read.
Igrius here was going to teach me, I thought.
True.
He hands you a copy. Make sure to hang on to that. I'm sure it'll be collectible someday.
What kind of book is it?
You look at it.
I do. Well.
I do.
Anyway.
I look at the book.
You know, the pretty pictures.
Regardless, I must be on my way. And he starts hurrying off.
Thank you.
But you look, and on the cover it says Volo's Guide to Monsters.
Says what now?
Oh, that's great.
Says what now?
It's Volo's Guide to Monsters.
It says what now?
Oh.
It says Volo Guide to Monsters.
It says what now?
it's good. He's being Gurik. It's Gurik. It says Volo's Guide to Monsters.
All right.
It tells you about the things you can kill.
Are there pictures in the book?
There are illustrations, yes.
This is my kind of book.
Do you get why this is especially funny?
Yeah,
Because it's
break the
yes.
fourth wall.
You just met Volo, and you got a
Yep.
signed copy of Volo's Guide to Monsters.
Also, I just realized that this tent looks like an eyeball. I was wondering why this map kind of was creeping me out.
Let's continue following Datu. And
Yes,
I will
Datu
walk in the book.
leads you to a villa.
Oh man, if I could read, I'll know everything about the monsters in my book.
Well, I can read the book for you.
You're gonna help me read the book.
Yes.
God, it's bedtime stories with Gurik.
So we get to the place.
Yes, it is a very fancy-looking villa.
Well,
Then it's like
Guess we're gonna-
or a servant standing outside. I guess we should ask a local which one belongs to.
Datu led us straight to the villa.
Yeah, he's pointing at it.
He knows.
he knows.
He knew what we were saying, and he's from the area. He probably knows.
Yeah.
He's a familiar. So
Could
I
say,
assume
Sam, you're
he's
probably the
someone-
most charismatic and,
He's not a familiar.
tuckery.
Charismatic?
Actually, I'm probably the most charismatic.
Yeah.
Yeah, in terms of yes, in terms of stats, but you're also very antisocial in this one.
Yeah.
Hi.
Let's just go up and knock.
I agree, Goodies.
You knock, a servant answers the door.
Hello, I am Professor Uzal Adarin, here to see Cindra.
Ah, you are companions of Cindra.
Yes.
Very well.
Yes, we are.
Leads you inside. Takes you into a study room where you see Cindra talking with a very, very well-dressed Chultan man. At that, Cindra greets you. Was there something more that you needed?
Yes, apparently we will need more, food. Says our guide.
He says we're very ill-equipped.
You should be able to find everything you need within the city.
Yes, we're also very poor.
Yes, yes.
Lack the funds.
Well, I am just a professor, and, we're not paid very well.
Of course.
Oh, it's
It
not.
didn't cross my mind. With that, she sends one of the servants off somewhere, and the servant comes back and then hands you each a pouch.
Didn't cross my mind. Mm.
Oh, and,
I opened it up.
could we have some children's book? The Goliath wishes to learn how to read and write.
I'm afraid I do not have anything of that sort.
Well, Gurik, I guess we'll have to find some for you.
Aye, that was the plan in the first place, was it not?
Okay, what's in the pouch?
You've each received a pouch with 50 gold.
I hate everything.
10.
Thank you, Cindra. We shall now actually be on our way.
As you say that, the gentleman sitting stands up. You are the adventuring party that Cindra has said is going into the jungle, correct?
Yes.
Correct.
Aye, that is
Yes.
us.
We have been asked several times, yes.
Could I perhaps ask you to do something for me while you're out there?
Yes, yes,
course.
possibly.
What are you looking for?
He walks over to a shelf and pulls out a very tattered, water-damaged journal. This came out of the jungle 15 years ago, and I purchased it recently. From what it says, it is the journal of a wizard that was exploring various places within Truth. It does not have enough detail to locate many of them, and the unnamed author apparently died within the jungles. There are many mentions of a traveling companion, a shield guardian named Vorn. If you happen to run into the shield guardian, if you could bring it back for me, I would pay you handsomely.
You already
We
have my
will,
interest in this. Shield.
we will do what we can.
Yes, I agree. That's what the tiefling said.
He asks to see the map that you have because he knows about it.
Which one of us is scared?
Me. And I will display the map for him.
He tells you that according to other adventurers he sent out, the location supposedly of the shield guardian that is called Vaughn is here.
Okay. So first we gotta check out this area, and then we're gonna go over to this area.
Yep, and on the way we can drop off Undriel.
And buy
Yeah.
more rations.
Yeah.
I don't like the skull there. But we can definitely check into it.
Also shows within the journal a picture of the control amulet that is required to activate the shield guardian. However, no one currently knows anything about the whereabouts of the said amulet. Nonetheless, if you are willing to do such a thing, he is willing to pay each of you 500 gold, as well, or if you would be more find it more preferable, he can offer you a spell book.
I definitely like that.
Is it spell book or the money? Like,
Either or.
well, I mean, do we? If we
Yeah.
take the spell book, is it only the spell book we get, or
Yeah.
is it just one of us taking the spell book and the rest of us take money?
Well, he can offer you each either a spell book or
Oh,
the money.
Okay.
So you could each have a spell book, or you could each get the payment.
Okay.
Or some of you could get payment, some of you could get spell books. It's literally whichever reward you want.
Though I think spell books are like
currently cannot read.
help.
And me.
You have spell books?
Best try to get
Well,
spells.
I'm a spellcaster, Sam.
You're an
But you're
artificer.
a warlock, right?
Yes, but it's spellcaster.
Do artificer, because spell books are usually specific to wizard.
Yeah,
Oh.
they're what I keep my spells in.
No.
And any scrolls we find, I can literally take those scrolls and take the time to write them in my book. But I have a certain amount of pages in each book.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I've never played an artificer, so I don't know if they use.
I don't think
spell book
I
or
so.
don't think they do.
No, they don't.
think so either.
Anyways, we go buy more rations
Yep.
and other things. So
Are you able to carry the sheer number of rations you are purchasing?
Yeah,
I
probably not.
can.
I was just checking that out.
No, I can carry over 900 pounds.
He can carry all the rations.
Yep.
All right.
That's why I was
He's
asking
away.
what you guys weigh, because I can carry some of you.
So how many rations should we buy? It's 2 for
lot.
1 gold.
well, I'm gonna buy another. I'll buy 10.
Yeah.
Strength score multiplied by.
I mean, at least 10.
I mean, what?
Well, if you
See,
bought
how much
the
do-
Explorer's Pack, you come with 10 rations too.
Yeah.
Dude, more.
Well, I'm at 28.
How
so
much? Yeah, same here. What? How much do rations weigh?
2 pounds.
2 pounds for just one?
I'm currently good on
Yeah.
my weight. Joe, is there anybody that sells a calligraphy set?
Absolutely.
Excellent. Buy that. We're going to map stuff.
Do you mean cartographer's tools?
Cartography, yes.
Yes, that'll be 15 gold.
How cool that we go for 10.
You'd get 20 rations.
That's 10 gold.
10 gold for 20 rations. Because you get 2 rations per gold.
Under needs to carry mine. No, I'm getting better care of that.
Can Andre carry everyone's rations?
I don't know about that. I don't know how much the rations weigh.
2
Ooh,
pounds each.
Two.
2 pounds each. All right. Well, give me the math on that.
Well, mine weigh 56.
And then Joe, I think I will also buy some books.
Yes, I will.
Like
I will need
books.
you to carry at least some of my rations.
I don't want to buy 20 rations. I want to buy 10, Joe.
Oh, that'd be 5 gold.
Okay.
Okay, give me a second. I will buy. Every ration's 5 silver, right?
5 silver per ration.
Mm-hmm.
2 for 1 gold.
Then Joe, how much for some 2 blank books?
For a blank book, it is going to be 10 gold.
Alright, I shall buy 1. For now. Gotta keep notes for things.
Alright. Okay, so how many additional rations am I taking?
10.
10 from me.
So that's 20.
Okay, and now here's the other question. How much water are you bringing?
We can't just drink the rainwater.
Oh.
It's a rainforest.
If it comes off
Yeah.
of poisonous
How are you collecting the
plants,
rainwater?
or if it comes off of poisonous plants, you're
I
gonna
have water skin.
But we can also boil it and stuff.
Mess kit. MES.
what are we
It-
gonna
it-
boil it in?
Alright, okay. Alright, so I'm carrying 20 additional rations. Anyone else giving me the rations to hold on to? I still got a lot of weight that I can hold.
I got this kit, Joe. I don't know what it does.
Alright, I'll give you 10 of my rations then.
So, Joe, I
Yeah.
tried to put up my weight on the rations because I'm carrying 18. And when I put in the weight, it went from I'm carrying 109 total weight right now to 600.
Well, why are you putting in just... If you have rations, just add to that number.
That's what I was adding. I was adding the weight of the rations because each ration weighs 2 pounds.
Yeah, but if you have it in...
Yeah.
Yeah.
It automatically adds the weight. It multiplies whatever number you have for the quantity.
Yeah.
Weight. So just put your weight back down to 2.
I have this kit. I don't know what it is.
The mess kit?
Yeah.
It's just for
You know, well, that's
eating.
like... Yeah.
Well, I could still carry about 260, 270 more pounds before I feel it.
Feel it. I think what's most of my weight is it's in hunting traps.
So we getting some water too? Probably a cart because I don't imagine I actually have the inventory space.
Oh, you can't bring carts into the jungle.
Yeah, I'd say we can bring like a small pot or something
You
to
can,
boil.
however, hire porters to carry stuff for you.
How much mounts cost?
There's,
They have any.
I guess, a dinosaur.
They're rather expensive.
I was gonna say they're gonna be expensive, but
Well, I mean, I like I said, I got a lot of extra weight I can carry.
I mean we can get like a pot or something that we can boil water and do it that way.
Also, like, just literally the amount of space taking up Gudik is not. You might be able to physically lift all of
Yeah,
it.
that's what I was getting at. Is that I don't actually have. That there's too much mass.
It does not all fit in just his backpack.
Well, yeah.
I will allow you guys to think about how you're going to prep for expedition, but it is after 9, so we'll
Yeah.
call it there. You guys can think about how you're going to